Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, and today I am continuing to work on my Collage Weekly Planner, or the Margarete Miller Challenge. And again, I am on week 5. And so I did pull a few things out again. So here is the layout for week 5. And our assignment for this week is something maroon. And so I did pull out some maroon colored cardstock from my scrap bin. And I might tear that up. I'm not quite sure. So I have that. A repeating pattern found in nature. And I had to look this one up because I knew that there was like a technical term for this. And I just couldn't remember it from way back when in school, but I did look it up, and it's called fractal, which is a detailed pattern that looks similar at any scale and repeats itself over time in nature. And so the couple of things that came to my mind right away were, first of all, like fish scales, and I do have a rubber stamp that's kind of cool that I could stamp on something and put onto my collage. Also, like in nature, like peacock feathers, you know how their feathers repeat themselves, the pretty little green and blue and turquoise and teal spots. So I did have this image of a peacock that I could use. And then also off of some, I don't know if you want to call it junk mail or not, the other thing that came to my head was like tree rings and how they repeat themselves. And so I did have this piece of like postcard from a business. It's a Sticks and Stones company. They sell like fossils and petrified wood and stuff like that. And so my husband does collect a little bit of petrified wood. So I do have this. And so I really like this image of this tree ring right here on this petrified piece of wood. So I'm probably going to use that one somehow. So I'll need to cut that one out. But I did want to show you guys where that came from. And the next one is an eating or cooking utensil such as a spoon. And so I did find this in like a Bo Bunny kit. It's like was an Alice in Wonderland type kit. It was like the tea party stuff. So I do have this spoon, or I do have this little element that I could actually journal on too that has all 3 pieces on there. So I could incorporate that. And then the next one is something hung on a wall. So I did go through a couple of magazines that I had picked up for free at the thrift store last week, and I knew that they had pictures in there. So I could cut out one of these pictures. Also something hung on the wall. There are some clocks on the back side, so that would be something you could hang on the wall also. And this one also had photos on it or portraits on it. Or on this back side too, there was this mirror here or the telephone that you could cut out. That's something put on the wall. And then the next one is a doodle. So I do have a pen here, or the other item that I found too in my stash as I was going through is I do have some Zentangle stuff. And this is a doodle, and I fell in love with that one. So I'll probably use this one somehow because I really like that one. So for my doodle. And then the last one is a bonus, is a typewriter text. Well, I don't have a typewriter to type anything out, but I did find a piece of scrapbooking paper that has like, it looked like typewriter text on it. So I do have that, and I did grab some couple of scrap papers in case I wanted to stamp out that fish or something. So the first thing I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to go ahead and maybe cut out a photo or 2, or that clock, and also cut out that tree ring. And then I'll come back and we can work on the layout together. Okay, I did go ahead and cut out a couple of pieces, and then I also stamped that fish and cut it out. And I'm sure I'll get a question on where I got the fish stamp from. It's an older stamp. I don't know if you can still buy these or not, but you never know if you can find them on eBay or at a rummage sale or something. But these stamps were made by Fred B. Mullet, and he's in Seattle, Washington. I have a couple other of these fish stamps that are bigger from this company. So that's where the rubber stamp came from. I did cut out a couple of the wall hangings that were like oil paintings or something that were on that wall. And I cut out that petrified piece of wood for the tree rings in it. Also this mirror I cut out. I did cut out one of the clocks, and I still have a couple of those other pieces floating around. I don't think I'm going to use everything, but it gives me a couple of things to play with. And so again, I usually like to start off with whatever the biggest pieces are and try to work around those, I guess. And then we'll see if we need to take away or add anything. So I'll just, for now, I'll put the little piece of burgundy paper or maroon paper down right there just to lay it somewhere. And then I have this typewriter text paper. So for now, I'm just going to lay it maybe on there. So this would maybe count for something hung on the wall, or this, or these two little ones of these paintings. So I'm just going to set those there. And this clock is jumping out at me, so I'm going to see if I can incorporate that somehow into the layout. So we'll just start there. Cooking utensil. So I have these two items, so I have to put one of these on here. I could lay out the spoon maybe right here. That would work. I could maybe put that there, so I'm just going to put that there for the moment. And I can take one of those away if I want. Something hung. Yeah, something hung on the wall. The clock would work for that, or this would work. And then a repeating pattern found in nature. And a doodle. We also have that fish. And again, I just like to kind of play around with things. I can cut things down or tear them down. If I do that, that kind of gets lost what that is. Just have the fish. I could do something with that. I still have this piece, this little mirror piece that I could add in. Okay, after kind of looking at everything that I had pulled out, you know, this didn't look bad when I had it layered behind these two pieces, but then I didn't really have a good spot to put the doodle. I guess I still could have put the doodle down there and that up there. But again, like the fork and the knife were going to get covered, and I'm already representing the cooking utensil such as a spoon, so I like that there. So I'm going to put this one out. I can still use this as a journal card for something. So, and I had these really nice, like, portraits of, like, or paintings of oil paintings or whatever they were, but they're kind of dark. And so, this one looked okay in a couple different spots. I could have maybe put it up there, down there, but this one was really dark, and I decided against using those. And same with the peacock. I really like this, and I kind of see myself using this on a card or something. So I'm going to set this aside for something else later. Like I said, I did like, for the nature thing, I did really like that rubber stamp, and I really liked the piece of petrified wood. And so I'm happy with those two on there. they're interesting pieces, I guess, and I normally wouldn't put those two together. And this doodle, I do like, you know, just a smaller piece of that cut down up here to glue down. And I think that's going to be my layout. I kind of like that idea for this layout. Again, something maroon. So I have that background piece of paper, and I'm just going to leave it. I don't think I need to tear it. It looks fine to me. Repeating pattern found in nature. Again, I have the piece of wood and the fish. Scales for that. Eating utensil such as a spoon. I have that. Something hung on a wall. I have the clock, and then also this mirror right here. A doodle. I have this little Zentangle coloring piece. And down the road, if I'm bored or something, I can always color it in. And I'm thinking on this one too, I might cut off the waves at the bottom and just use the border of the heart. So I will cut that down. And then the last thing is bonus is a typewriter text, which is on this scrapbooking piece of paper. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut off part of this because I just want the heart part up there, I think. And I'm also going to glue everything down, and then I will be back to show you the finished layout. Okay, I did finish gluing everything down, and the one thing that I did do that I didn't talk about doing before I started gluing down is this little piece of petrified wood had, you know, a background behind it, just of like grass and, you know, leaves or something that was behind here. And I opted to cut it out. I just decided I liked the look of that better. And otherwise, I kind of glued everything down close to where I had talked about it. Things might have shifted a little bit. And I still feel that this layout is missing something. Everything's kind of centered right here, but and so the only thing I'm going to do is I thought about, so I cut off this strip down here. I thought about maybe gluing that down here or another one up here, but I have some washi tape sitting on my desk, and so I figured we could maybe washi tape a couple things down, I think right here, and maybe a little bit up here just to kind of carry it out a little bit. And when I washi tape things, I do glue, add glue to, because I just don't trust the washi tape to stick long term. And so I'm thinking I'm just going to glue a piece of washi tape right here. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue right here. And I'm going to go ahead and add some washi tape. And then I'm going to add, I think, I just got to decide which way I want to glue it. I think I want to add some sort of washi tape up here too, and I think I'm going to go this way. So that is my finished layout, and I'll just hold it up so you guys can see it. Again, the washi tape wasn't part of the assignment, but I just felt like it needed a little something more. And even down the road, if I wanted to, I could put a little title or something on here too. I just think that carried out the collage a little bit better by adding a couple more elements to it. So again, I have something maroon, a repeating pattern found in nature, eating or cooking utensil, something that's hung on the wall. I have a doodle, and then also the typewriter text behind the scrapbooking paper. And so I completed everything on the assignment. And so I do have to say, I like how it turned out. I definitely can't say that when I'm working on cards or junk journal making or any of my paper crafting that I enjoy doing, I can't really say that I would normally add fish and clocks together on the same page, or putting in a spoon in with a clock or a fish. So it does feel kind of weird that way to me, to add those types of elements, but I do like how the layout turned out, and so it works for me. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this little process tutorial. And hopefully I'll see you back next week for week number 6. Until then, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.